guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have done a half face of Highend makeup and half face of Drugstore makeup, and this is the final look. And can you tell which side is Highend and which side is Drugstore? If you could, let me know in the comments down below right now. Pause this video, tell me which side you think is Highend and which side you think is Drugstore, and then you continue watching this video, because I'm really excited about this video, because in this video I did find a lot of products that are very similar, if not exact dupes. They are very similar in terms of the performance or in terms of their claims, because some of these products I've used for the first time. But overall, I'm absolutely in love. I love both the sides. I love all the products I've used in this video, and I'm so glad I just realized that I had a lot of this in my stash. And so yeah, that is the reason I've done this video. If you like what you see and if you want to know how I did this, please keep on watching. I know these are really popular videos, and I really like to watch these videos because you find out really great dupes of a lot of high-end products in the drugstore that you didn't know existed. Now, a lot of these products are not exact same dupes, obviously, because that would just mean that they will have to replicate the formula. But this is as close as it gets in my stash. At least I have not really gone out and bought a lot of new products. I mean, a lot of these products are new, but I didn't buy this just because I was looking for dupes. A couple of them I did, but most of the products I tried to find out from my own stash to see if they could be dupes of each other. And this is what prompted this entire video. And the first thing is, see, you know, anything that says glowy, dewy or radiance has my name written all over it. That is something that I want in my life constantly, and which is why I was looking at a nice radiant primer, a primer that would, you know, add that glow to my face. I decided to get the Becca Backlit priming filter, and this is a fantastic primer. I really like this. It adds that, you know, dewiness to my skin, and just one alone it looks fantastic. And if I add foundation on top of it, it just looks really great. And I wanted a dupe for this, which is why I went ahead and I bought the Wet n Wild Photofocus face primer. I'm going to do like Highend on my left side and Drugstore on my right side. So I'm taking about half a pump of this primer, or a full pump of this primer, because I generally take about a full pump for my entire face. Do you see the glow it adds immediately? And shimmer in it is not gritty or shiny or sparkly. And I'm going to take this, and they're basically the same color. When I swatched them, I was so thrilled. The texture is slightly different. It's pretty much the same actually. This is the Becca one and this is the Wet n Wild, and you can see that they are exactly the same. I wanted to try out a dewy foundation, but then I couldn't really go out and find the exact shade in the foundation that I wanted to get, which is why I'm just rolling with the foundations that I have, and they have similar claims. So for foundations, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation on the Drugstore side, and I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup on my high-end makeup side. I haven't really worn either of them a lot, but they have similar claims, and I just want to see how similar they are. So they both say that they last 24 hours. They both say they are lightweight. I've heard that this is not very lightweight, so I don't know. I don't even know about this. I know that this is supposed to be a medium coverage conceal foundation, and this is supposed to be like a more full coverage foundation. But I'm just hoping if I build this up, I might get a full coverage. So I can tell that I got two different shades. The Estee Lauder one I have in the shade Tawny, which is more like my skin color, I feel, or more yellow. And the L'Oreal, I have it in the shade Golden Beige, which is slightly light for me, I feel, right now. Just wetting my beauty blender with some Mocha water, and I'm just going to use different sides of the same blender to blend both sides of my foundation. The main thing that I've realized is that the shades are completely different, but other than that, right now, I just feel like my Estee Lauder foundation blended a lot more easier, and I'm just going to put another layer, and I'm going to do this one by one. For my brows, I'm just going to use one product because I don't have a high-end brow product. I did want to try out the Benefit products, but you know, it made no sense to me because I just got this Wet n Wild one and I really like it. Anyway, I'm going to finish doing both my brows with this and I'm going to come back to you for the rest of the video. For my concealer, now I know that MAC Prolongwear Concealer's dupe is said to be the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer. So I have these two, but this concealer I have it in a shade that's exactly my skin tone, and this is a highlighting concealer. So I'm going to mix this with the Instant Age Revive concealer from Maybelline because then it'll give me a color that's similar to this. The MAC concealer, I just find that it's set more than this side of my concealer, maybe because I've used the Maybelline concealer on top, but the finish of the concealers are the same, so that's pretty good. For powders, I didn't really look for a dupe or find a dupe, but I'm going to use my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural on the high-end side and my Maybelline Fit Me powder on this side. Now, Fit Me powder is not a mineral powder, but the finish that they both give me is pretty much the same. They're both very sheer powders and they set my concealers well. I'm going to quickly finish my eyes before I move on to my face. I'm going to roughly line my eyes with the MAC Technakohl eyeliner on this side. In Superfly, it's a blackish, like a light black eyeliner. And here I have the Maybelline Colossal Kajal here for my drugstore side, which is a jet black eyeliner, which I really like. But I'm going to try to smoke it out with a brown eyeshadow. So like you can tell the color, this is definitely more of a greyish black and this is a jet black. When the Maybelline Kajal is a new one, it applies like a dream. It's really soft and pigmented. And this MAC Kajal is extremely soft and very pigmented. It's just that the color is a greyish black, so that's how it's going to show up. I have this matte brown eyeshadow from MAC called Swiss Chocolate, and I'm just going to quickly find a dupe of this from this palette, which is the Flawless 4 palette from Makeup Revolution. They are not exactly the same color, but they're pretty similar. So the one on top is from Makeup Revolution and the one on the bottom is the MAC one, and the MAC one is definitely more of a cool toned eyeshadow than the Makeup Revolution. Done with my eyes, and to finish my eyes I need to use some mascara, and for my mascara I'm going to use the Smashbox Superfan mascara on the high end side and the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express mascara, because they're both supposed to give you false lashes and they're both non-waterproof, so that is the reason I'm using these two mascaras. I'm really going by claims in this video more than what I have seen, honestly, because a lot of these products are new, like the Smashbox mascara I've never used before. So this is the first time I'm using it, and let's see how it looks. This is the Maybelline mascara and this is the Smashbox mascara. The Smashbox mascara has definitely given me more length, and it has sort of separated my eyelashes, but I like the Maybelline one more. I don't know what it looks like here, but here I really like the Maybelline one. I think I'm just going to contour a little with Hoola on one side, and I'm going to do the same thing with this Makeup Revolution bronzer thing, and I have this in the shade, it's a Mosaic bronzer and it's in the shade 2 Bronze Glow. Three options for my blushes right now, but one of them I've already mentioned in one of my previous videos on high-end product dupes, so I won't be doing that. If you want to know what I've spoken about over there, please go check that video out. I'm going to leave a link down in the description bar. In that video I've talked about a lot of high-end product dupes, so you might like that. So for my blush today I have two dupes which are not again the exact same color, but they're very similar. And here I have my MAC blush in Melba, which I absolutely love, and this is the Maybelline Cheeky Glow blush in the shade cinnamon something, creamy cinnamon. So creamy cinnamon is a tad bit peachier than Melba. We could use that, or we could also go ahead with my MAC blush in Peachykeen and this blush from the Maybelline palette. In fact, I just realized that I had this when I was looking at this for the bronzer. And these are very similar again, it's just that this is a tad bit darker than this blush. So I think I'm going to use this right now because I'm wearing pink. So they're both shimmery peachy pink blushes, and they are said to be sort of dupes of NARS Orgasm. I have never really owned a NARS blush, so I don't know how it is, but I really like my MAC Peachykeen. In fact, I feel like my MAC Spring Sheen would have been a better match to this blush, but I don't really have that right now here. I can't seem to find it. Finding a highlighter was another pain. For somebody who owns a lot of highlighters, I couldn't find one that was an exact dupe of the other, in fact, which is the funniest part. And it actually makes me feel quite good about owning so many highlighters. So for my highlighters, something that I found is to be very similar, sort of similar, maybe on my skin it's going to look the same, but on my hands I could still find a difference, is my Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. And this, can you see the reflex? This I found to be very similar to the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop, which is broken and shattered, so I can't show it to you right now. Bottom is Champagne Pop and top is Precious Petals. Just a beautiful finish. I'm going to pop it under my brow bone and in my inner corner as well. I did go a little heavy with the Champagne Pop's there, evidently there, and the Wet n Wild one is slightly more, it's blended into my skin, so that's what I love about it. Last but not the least come my lips, and for my lips I did have a few products in my mind, but I didn't have all of those products with me over here. And some of the other products that I own and I love and I use and I know are dupes, I have already mentioned in my previous video. So I found a new one right now. This is again not exactly the same color or the exact same formula. That's very close color wise and formula wise. Both these lip products are my absolute favorites. I love these lipsticks, and I think the formula of both these lipsticks are absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to keep with the same theme, and I'm going to use MAC Mocha on one side of my lips, on this half, top and bottom, and I'm going to use my Nykaa Mattelicious Lip Crayon in Lacy Luck in the other half. Honestly, the only difference I find is that my MAC lipstick is a satin formula and my Nykaa lipstick is the matte formula. So yeah, this is it. This is the final look. You tell me if you like it, and if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up because it took me a lot to film this video. I hope to see you in my next video, you guys. Bye.